Hey guys, it's Yozzy Gamer here, and today I'm going to be showcasing how you can get an actual FPS boost in Minecraft. No messing around, let's get into it. So if your game looks like a slideshow, trust me, I'll get it better than it may be on your system. I'll be going through a certain amount of things that can boost FPS, boost performance of your PC overall as well, which will help you just have a much better playing experience. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is download Optifine. It is a must. If you do not have it downloaded, please go and download this first. It will give a absolutely gigantic boost to the game. It is an optimizer, as the name is called, Optifine. It is really something you need if you're on a low-end PC on a tight budget with low specs. It really does help. Now, pretty much every single video out there with this kind of format is saying to get Optifine because it really works. I've got it installed. My FPS is so much better, so much smoother than on vanilla Minecraft. Trust me, even though I'm not on a potato, I've got a nice capable gaming PC. It really helps. Now, along with Optifine, the second thing I'm going to be showcasing is the game settings. If you have not messed around with your game settings a whole lot, then this will help. Most people have, but for people who haven't, I'll be showcasing the most crucial things. So these are my custom settings currently here because I'm not on a potato. Don't worry, I was in your boat. But so we've got our graphics on fast. That is basically what I'd recommend for pretty much any player. That's just one thing, for example. The main thing that I always recommend is putting your render distance down. If you do not want a horrible choppy experience, turn it down as far as you possibly can, because if you do that, you will get a much more smooth playability. The next thing on this main menu right here is the VBOs. Now this, as it says, is an alternate rendering model, which is usually faster 5 to 10% than the default one. So if you do not have this on, please turn it on. It will improve performance drastically. Now, details. Pretty much just turn everything off or down, because let's say you have the sun and the moon on. These do gather slight resources on your computer, so if you do have this on, it will eat up stuff, obviously, like all the settings around here, but that's just one highlighter. It is probably good to have the clouds turned off, because if you have them turned on, they do slow down your PC a fair bit. Anyway, I'll leave them on for my video because I can run it. But we'll go over to the next couple main ones that I think you really need to turn down for a better experience. Okay, animations. You can basically just press all off or all on if you have Optifine. So yeah, there's lots of ones here. You can custom click them off. Like let's say you want portal particles off. You can do that one by one, or you can press all off to get all of them disabled. Now there are ones like water animated, fire animated, dripping water / lava, textures animated, particles. They are major things that put a detriment on performance, so if you are able to turn those down, really do it. Now, we're going to go to quality. Now there's a few things in here like clear water, better grass. Those kind of things are really more detrimental than other things like custom fonts, for example. This will improve performance, but only so minor I wouldn't change it. Now, performance. This is a big one. With fast render on, you will see a massive gain instantly. You won't see any sort of frame dips as you may have seen before. Along with smooth FPS, that's a also good thing to use. Now, if you're on a very weak CPU like a single core, this is what you will use, lazy chunk loading. If you turn this on and you're on a single core, you will get better performance. And basically on the other settings, we've just got things like showing FPS and yeah, this kind of stuff. Now another thing that's very major is turning down the resolution. Let's say you want to turn it down to 720p, we'll go down there, and save it, you will see almost double the performance. I'm not even kidding. If you're on a little laptop, I think this is probably a good thing to run on because, yeah, smaller screens, smaller size, you don't really see the look change as much as on a desktop with, let's say, some 27-inch monitors. Yeah, and I definitely choose that if you really are pushing for some good performance. Okay, so there is one last thing I want to showcase in-game that boosts performance. This is a resource pack. Now, I use the faithful 32x32 on most occasions, basically because 1, it looks better, and 2, it drastically improves performance. Now, as you can see, I'm currently on standard Minecraft. This has worse performance even though it's a less refined resource pack. I know, right? It actually runs worse than other ones that are more complex. But I'll showcase what I usually use. Okay, so I've just chucked on Faithful 32x32. This is what I use. You will see a slight change to the game, not too much, but it really does make it a bit smoother. Now, if you really want to maximize performance, use something like an 8x8 or even a 4x4. You can go as low as 2x2, but I do not recommend that. That's just going so low that the game is almost unrecognizable. I'll link a Planet Minecraft page where there are 8x8 resource packs for nearly every single version of the game, so you will not miss out on this performance gain. Okay, well, I've talked about enough of in-game kind of changes. How about we actually exit the game and I'll showcase what you can do to boost performance there too. Okay, so we're actually at the launcher for Minecraft. We're not going to enter it, but we're going to change some settings to improve the performance. Okay, so my next method for improving FPS is dedicating more RAM. Now, I'm not joking by amount of dedicated RAM for a server, but what I'm talking about is actually for Minecraft to increase performance. So with this new launcher, it's slightly different to the last video I did with boosting FPS. What you got to do now is click installations and you will see your versions of Minecraft that you have. So if we go onto, let's say I'm on Forge 1.12.2, I click this and it will say edit. So when you click edit, it will have all these new options. So it looks slightly different than last time, but trust me, it has the same kind of features. So we go down to more options and you can see where the JVM arguments are. Now Minecraft stock dedicates 1 GB of RAM to Minecraft. Now let's say you have 8 gigs of RAM. I dedicate half of that to Minecraft and you will see better stability and overall better performance. Now since I've got 16 gigs of RAM, I can put 8 and I will have no issue whatsoever. Or I could even put it at 10 or 11 because I have that kind of leeway for the rest of the system. But anyway, I'll just leave it at 8 and you will see, there we go, saved, and it is going to give me better performance. Okay, what we'll do is get out of this and I will go over to my next method, which is Task Manager. Okie dokie, so here we are. Now if we go on to details, you will see all these different things in the background running. Now because I don't have Minecraft running at the second, it's not there. But with it open, you can see that it is actually running over here now. So if you right click it and do set priority, it will be at normal. Now this is going to be something you should put to high if you want better performance. It will come up with the thing saying, do you want to change the priority? It may cause system instability. I'm going to do change priority. You also do it for this one as well. So set this priority to high as well. And you will get a boost from this. Now also, this is not something that will last if you will close your game. As I showed before, with it not open, it doesn't exist on here. So every time you restart your game and want slightly better performance, you have to go into your task manager, enter details, and then set these priority to high. Okay, so the next thing is putting in game bar settings. And you will be able to go onto here to change this to on and off. Now currently on, it is a quite resource hungry thing to your PC, so if you want better performance in your system, turn it off. It's that easy. And bam, better performance. Now the next thing I'm going to be showcasing is game mode. If you do not have this enabled on your PC, I'd highly recommend it. It is something you should put on, but it actually may not improve FPS for some people. It's a bit of trial and error. For some reason, it sometimes works on some games, sometimes not on others. It's just, yeah, a kind of weird thing, but most of the time, it does improve performance. Okay, so the next thing you should do is go into background apps. Now you will see here that at this point, it has all these apps open in the background that are using resources of your computer. So if you're running Minecraft, it's pretty highly likely that some of these are doing a little bit of performance degradation in the background. So if you want to turn them all off at once, all you need to do is press off. Now it will turn all these off, giving you a performance advantage, but if you don't want to turn them all off at once and want to select them, you can go, okay, I don't want this one, you turn that off, and you can go, okay, I don't want the camera, you can turn this off, and you can get better performance by getting rid of ones you just don't want. Okay, so next thing we'll be doing is going to the control panel, and it has these parts here, but you want to go into system and security. Now when we're in here, we want to go into power options. Okay, so we're in here and we can see that there is high performance and balanced. Now, I always live on high performance where you'll get a slight better performance advantage than over on balanced. I wouldn't recommend balanced on a desktop of any sort. It's just not worth it. If you're on a laptop, it is good for battery life, but not for gaming. So yes, leave this on high performance, it's a must. Okay, so the next one is going back to the control panel and to a very similar spot, the system and security. Now we're going to go into system. Now this is actually above power options, so I'll click on this. Now when we get onto here, we will go to advanced system settings. Now we're in this point, so we will press performance, which is the settings right here, and you will see all these different settings that Windows has custom. Now these do hinder performance on low-end systems for Windows 10. I would not recommend turning them all off unless you're looking for the best possible performance. So you can adjust it for best appearance or the best performance, as I said. So this will turn all of these animations off, so you won't see the same kind of fading, the same kind of transitions. It will be instant, so it won't look as smooth as normal Windows 10. So yeah, if you want to turn all this off, you can. I wouldn't recommend it if you're on an okay system. Let's say a quad-core 8 gigs of RAM and something like a GTX 750 Ti. Don't mess with this. If you're lower, then go for it. Okay, so I've showcased what you can do here. There's one last thing that I want to showcase that will get you performance improvement. If you're still on a hard disk drive and not an SSD, I would recommend emptying files. So if you're running the game on a hard disk drive and you've got clutter in your recycle bin, for example, all you need to do is highlight it, delete it, and you should be able to get slightly better performance. Now the thing is with a hard disk drive is when it gets more full, it gets slower. So emptying it makes it run marginally better, so you won't get the same kind of instability in game or frame dips or that kind of stuff when loading in the world. Okay guys, well this video is about done. I've showcased what I want to. That is not too difficult for you guys to be able to do and get better performance. If you actually did get an FPS boost, make sure to like the video. It tells me if you were helped. Makes me know that I'm helping people out in the Minecraft community. Okay guys, I'll see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. If you want to watch more videos from me, there are more videos up on the screen. So there you go. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. And peace.